What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the 10-7 MMA show. We are back as per usual. Hopefully, you guys can count on us like clockwork. Mondays and Fridays, 1:30 p.m. PST. Justin's running a few minutes late, but I thought I'd jump on right on time just to chat with you guys and see what's going down. We got a lot of fun things to talk about. I'm still on a high, guys. I'm still on a high. After UFC 319, call me crazy. I can't even believe that was just 6 days ago. It's like, I'll take you guys, just so you know what's been going on in my life. I saw the fights. Sunday, I got up at the crack of dawn. I flew back basically, I didn't sleep Saturday night. I saw the fights, didn't sleep. Oh, I want to show you guys too the videos from my seats. But I jumped on and my flight came back. I slept during the day, had to work. Then I slept again on Sunday. And then every day this week, I've been waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. because I've just had an insane schedule. Yesterday, I worked so much. Anyways, long story short, it feels like a whirlwind. It feels like 2 months have passed, yet that's why I feel so bizarre that it's only been 6 days. It's pretty wild. But yeah, I don't know, guys. As a big fan of the sport, as a fan of Khamzat Chimaev and what I believe he can do for the sport, I still feel, despite all the talk about the boringness of the fight, which I, obviously have disputed, I'm still on cloud nine. I think it was amazing. What's up, Matthew? What's up? I finally caught it live from the beginning. Let's go. Okay. Well, you're one of the lucky ones because guess what I'm about to show you. All right. So I haven't played this video yet for you guys. I meant to put it in a video kind of like talking about my experience. Oh, hold on. This isn't going to work. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to upload this so you guys can see this video here in 1 second. So I'm going to show you guys the video that from my seats. Yeah, dude, the crowd. Okay, let me tell you something, Matthew. The crowd was hype. But what, let's see if you can guess. Can you guess what annoyed the heck out of me about the crowd? Yeah, they were hype, but they weren't exactly doing what I felt they should have been doing. Especially during the main event. It was driving me absolutely crazy. Matthew, can you guess? Yeah, the boos. It was ridiculous, dude. I actually was turning around at points when Khamzat Chimaev was fighting because I was so mad, and I was just like, dude, what are you guys doing? Why are you even watching this? Like, this is crazy. Because to me, it's kind of like, I just find it disrespectful in general. It's not as though there could, I suppose, be times to boo, right? If somebody's committing an egregious foul or things like that, but they're giving it their all. It was the championship battle. It's kind of historic. I guess I kind of like, you could do what you want, right? You pay for the seats, but to me, I felt like it was still so fascinating, very interesting. And I also loved the fight. I was going crazy. Big Boars, MMA, what's up? What's up? I know you're a Khamzat fan. He says the crowd cheered for Khamzat in the presser. Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing. I thought about that too. So it's not that they switched it up. During the presser, the support for Khamzat was insane. It was literally like a Conor McGregor press event. It was crazy. People were going nuts. But it was very different in the arena. So I think the people that went to the presser, it was a different crew that went to the actual fight. My theory is it's probably a lot more hardcore fans, a lot more fans that are dialed into the sport that went to the presser. But like, you know how the tickets are substantially more expensive to go to the actual event. So I bet you instead of all those hardcore fans, it was a lot of folks that were just going for the event, you know what I mean, that maybe aren't as dialed into the sport. Because when these guys were walking out, I felt like it was almost even. You know, we saw in the presser, the cheers were so disproportionate for Khamzat versus Dricus. And then at the fight, I feel like there was almost more of a cheer, more of applause as Dricus walked out than Khamzat. So it was a totally different vibe. Yeah, dude, they were cheering for him big time. It was so epic, actually, in terms of the cheers and the excitement during the presser. That got me so excited. If you didn't see, MMA Joey did a really cool video about the press conference reaction and just how crazy it was, because it was something to really behold in terms of the fan excitement. And we haven't really seen anything like that, truly, I think, since Conor. I don't know if it exactly rivals Conor yet. I think the reaction, I went back and watched some old pressers of Conor. I still think it's a bigger bang. It's a bigger reaction, but it was kind of reminiscent of that. It was kind of close to that. Justin's here finally. What's up, Justin? How's it going? All right. I mean, Justin's having a bad signal. I'm going to I'm gonna get you out of there. All right. So we're gonna wait until Justin gets to a good connection. But anyways, all right. Now I got my video loaded. Let me put it up here. Okay, 1 second. Let's see if I can do this from Google Drive. Right. Let's go. Where is it? I'm gonna share my screen if I can find this darn thing. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it uploaded. Okay, hold on 1 second. I wanted to show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me know if you guys have more comments. Pop them in there, and I will respond. Okay, 1 second. So we got Google Drive. Boom, boom, recent. Okay, here we go. Oh, I think Justin is back. Hold on. All right. Justin, are you driving? Are you driving? Hey, Justin.
Yeah, I'm about 5 minutes from the house. I'm
going to pop you out of here. Just join. Justin, just join from the house because it's going in and out. So I'll see you when you get back. Okay. Anyways, guys, so check this out. I'm going to play you. Oh, it's still processing. Darn it. Okay. I'll play this for you guys in a little bit. Barat, did you attend the press conference? No. I was in Chicago the day of the presser, and I thought about it. I thought about going to the press conference, but because I actually flew in Thursday morning, but I had work to do. So I had to go to my room and, take care of a bunch of things and jump on a bunch of calls. So unfortunately, I didn't make it. Even Fridays, I was like, I could probably go to the official face-offs and all that stuff, but I didn't make it either. Khamzat Boris said, did you see Islam respond to Khamzat's call out? Wait, what? Wait. Give me some details. Khamzat called out Islam? Wait. What's going on? What's going on here? Hold on. Khamzat Islam call out. Hold on. This is wild. If this is what? Wait, I don't see anything about it. Hold on. You said the press conference was literally the loudest since. Oh, you were there? Oh my God. Wait, Khamzat Boris Shemaev, where did you go to the fight? Wait, can you tell me what did he say? I'm looking for this right now, but I don't see it anywhere. But Khamzat Boris Shemaev, tell me, did you actually go to the fight as well? And do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, so do you concur with what I'm saying? Like the crowd reaction was very different at the presser, at least from what I saw on YouTube versus the actual fight, right? Like it was all Khamzat. They were booing Dricus, and it wasn't like that at the fight. In fact, behind me, there were the entire or so many people in the row behind me, like half the row. They were all huge DDP fans going mental for DDP. I made it to one fight on the prelim. Sadly, I saw the guy who's buddies with Bayasanger, if I'm pronouncing his name right. I saw that fight. I wanted to get there for Chase Hooper, but unfortunately, it was a long day. Actually, you guys know what I was doing on Saturday before the fights, which is why I didn't get there. Is I went to visit one of my really, really good friends from high school, and I gave him a kickboxing lesson. So he has a punching bag, a heavy bag in his garage. And so I was like, dude, I'm going to get you in shape. I'm going to teach you how to strike. I'm going to teach you some Muay Thai. So I gave a little private lesson to him and his wife on how to throw some Muay Thai strikes and get some workouts in. So it was pretty cool. Yo, Khamzat Boris Shemaev, on a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think about the fight, Khamzat versus DDP? And I'll tell you, I don't know, man. People call me crazy. I call it a 10. And I know you're trying to type stuff. It won't let me type. I can see you now. It's typing. Oh, maybe because there was maybe it was like too many messages in a short period of time. I don't know why, but it should be working. But I can see your messages now. But tell me, what did you think of the fight? What did you think of the main event? Oh, won't let you type it. All right, that's weird. Anyways, I love the main event. I was a huge fan, and I was on the edge of my seat the entire fight. I was going crazy. Okay, now you're gonna see exactly what I was seeing when I was at the fight, dude. I was so hyped. Okay, check this out, guys. Ready? Here it is. Oh, still processing, dog. What's going on? Wait, hold on. I think I can do it like this. Here, wait, hold on. Let's see if I can get it in here. Drive recent. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, you still have to wait. It's still processing. We'll get it up there eventually. Hopefully, Justin is going to be on here pretty soon. Josephus, man, thank you, my friend. Where's James? I think he is. Hold on, let me see. Is this working? Nah, he is driving home right now. And so he will be on ASAP. Oh shoot, there he is. I see him. Oh no, he's still driving. Okay. Yeah. So he's gonna be back on ASAP as soon as he gets home and gets onto his setup. Okay. Big Boars MMA. We got all the Khamzat fans in here. What's up? I'm feeling at home. That main event was one of the most one-sided I've seen in a title fight. Yeah, everybody said, dude, it was the most one-sided. I think I don't think it's ever happened where there might have been one fight where this has happened, but where a challenger had a 50-44, a dominant decision like that. Like if you remember, if you think about Khabib versus what's his name, Al Iaquinta, that was a 50-45 decision. Now, granted, though, they were both kind of challengers, right? It was a vacant belt, so we can't exactly say that it was similar, where we had a challenger versus a champion, and it was that dominant. But yeah, I think pretty much everybody universally agrees that was the most dominant performance in a main event by a challenger ever. What's up, Justin? Okay, we're just going through a couple more. We're just talking all things Khamzat right now. We got all the Khamzat fans in the mix. My people, go to my most recent short. Click quick. It's 1 minute Islam to responding to. Okay, hold on. Your most recent short. Shemaev is the king. Shemaev is the champ. Let's go. Okay, can you post in your? Oh, were you trying to post your? I don't know where your Instagram is. If you can tell me how to find your Instagram, I'll do it, and then I'll show it. Okay, we got a couple more comments, and then we're going to jump into the show. I was just trying to show them, Justin, the footage that I took when I was at 319.
Oh, right on.
Click quick. I will do it. All right. Buenvendinos, is that Spanish? Main event was great. Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. I know Justin did love it. We both made two opposing views videos, but I loved it.
I have a high standard for good fights.
I get it.
I see them I watch them every day. I just watch fights.
I get you. No, I totally get it. To answer your title your question for the title for the video, DDP cannot close the gap. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Can DDP close the gap? Matthew says no. I agree, but I want to hear Justin's take because Justin's the professional, and so that's why I thought it'd be a fun thing to talk about. James is one of the most exciting fighters, right up there with Justin Gaethje, Aaron Pico, Clay Guida. Justin, do you have an announcement to make about any fight news?
Back in the mix, October 26th at the Palms Casino. I will be fighting for Tough Enough, and I propose for Huzaifa to commentate the fight for me. So he's going to hopefully he takes my spot, and you'll see the whole 10-7 crew. I'll be back in the cage. It's, I keep talking about retirement, but honestly, like when I'm getting ready for a fight, that's when I'm most focused in life. That's when I'm on the best track, when I'm on the best path. I wake up, I have a routine. When I don't have a fight schedule, I feel that I'm kind of a loose cannon, and I just need to always have a fight schedule that feels like.
Well, I've heard this from so many fighters. Volkanovski famously said this. He said he's just like not in the right mental space and whatnot when he doesn't have that target or that goal. I understand it, but dude, I understand. It's this, dude. It's this. You know how hard I work. You've stayed with me before. You know my life. Like I'm just like constantly going. Sure. And I'm not, maybe I don't need to work. It's not like I work really hard. Okay. I probably work harder than the vast majority of people. Absolutely. But like, I like it because it keeps me on a structure and I feel good every day, like every moment of the day. You know, I've been up since 4 a.m.
Yeah, you're telling me you had to fucking wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning when we talked last night about 9 o'clock.
I ended up pushing the time back to 4, but I still got like pretty much most of my almost all of my work done. And in that time I did that. I've been grinding. I've been teaching. I also went to the gym, did a fast workout, and I'm doing like this juice cleanse thing. Like I'm doing all sorts of crazy stuff right now. But I understand when you're in training camp, you have to be dialed in, laser focused. But that sets you up. That gives you structure. And at the end of the day, people, humans, kids, dogs, we all crave structure. We all like structure, whether or not we admit it. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm getting a call. I'm going to hang that up. Okay. So anyways, it is what it is. I totally understand. But yeah, if you guys are in Vegas and you want to come check out this fight, check out Justin's fight, check out me commentating. Hopefully that'll be going down. That'll be in Vegas, and we'd love to see you. Big Boar, we got a couple more comments, and then we're going to jump into the topics. Big Boars, Brian Battle just, what? He signed with Dirty Boxing? Yo, that's crazy. Okay, that is Mike Perry's promotion. Wow, that was quick. Shemaev is levels above. I agree. We're going to talk about that in a second. Do you think DDP's next fight, his mindset will be different since he lost to Shemaev? I want to ask Justin all of these. We got a couple. We got somebody new in here, and then we're going to move on. They should put. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. I don't think Bo. Dude, Bo Nickel was like he had some really fun. Hey, look, at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe Bo Nickel would give Chimaev a run for his money. I guess we'll have to see. But he was trying to say something like he's going to tire Chimaev out. He's going to make him work, not like DDP. I mean, I'm sure it'll be different, but I think the striking differential there will be exposed for sure. I feel like Khamzat has nothing to fear in Bo Nickel striking. All right, enough of the kind of preview, the chatter. Let's get into the mix. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's start off with this question. Can DDP ever close the wrestling gap with Khamzat Chimaev? The reason why I want to talk about this is because I made a video yesterday or 2 days ago talking about Anthony Smith and Kamaru Usman both basically saying that there's no shot. Anthony Smith said that DDP does not have enough time left in his life to close the gap. I think Kamaru Usman said it would take years and years and years. I don't know how many years exactly he was saying. But Justin, if you guys don't know, obviously professional fighter, had 79 fights, about to have his 80th fight. Fought in the UFC, trains Extreme Couture. He's the wrestling coach, so he knows his stuff. Justin, let me turn it over to you. From that fight, from what we watched, is it possible for DDP to ever close a wrestling gap if, let's say, he moves to the U.S., he trains at Extreme Couture, another comparable gym, American Top Team, whatever, and tries to really shore up those skills over the next couple of years?
I don't think so. I think he's way too far behind. I wouldn't worry about catching him on the wrestling aspect. I'm worried about being able to escape once he gets taken down. He's way too far behind the curve on that. Again, wrestling I think it's the hardest sport to get good at, and it's a perishable skill. Most MMA skills are perishable: grappling, boxing, wrestling, kickboxing. But I think wrestling specifically is the most perishable skill because it's so much wear and tear on your body. And as you get older, it's harder to do at that high level. That's why I'm so impressed with Merab for how much output he has, even in his later years.
Anthony Smith said that, okay, so here's the comments that he made, right? He said that Dricus failed to do so many fundamental things. And I missed all this, right? Because I'm not a wrestling expert like you. But all of the things he was saying, like he didn't know, I guess, how to deal with when somebody turns the corner. I had to look that up. I now know what it means to turn the corner, right? You go, you shoot, and then you turn and you push from the side. Okay, so I made a whole breakdown of what that is. He said it looked like as soon as Khamzat would grab him and turn the corner, like he didn't know what to do. He wasn't moving his hips. He just said multiple things that you learn at like foundational levels of wrestling that DDP was not doing. Did you feel the same way?
Yeah, absolutely. Draping his head over, fishing for a guillotine on a double when the athlete has posture. There were so many just silly mistakes that you learn in your first year of wrestling that DDP wasn't doing, let alone talking about catching up, man. Because to learn all those fundamentals plus the advanced fundamentals that you have to learn, he's too far behind the curve. I don't think it's if his wrestling can catch up to DDP or catch up to Khamzat. I think the true question is if he fights him again and gets taken down, can he figure out how to get back up?
All right. Very interesting. Well, you're saying the gap won't be closed, but there's a way that he could potentially maybe figure out a way to get back up. And then what would you give it if you had to say probability wise, betting odds, right? What do you think the betting odds would be if they rematch, let's say in like 2 years? And by the way, I personally, I don't know, man. I don't think the rematch is ever going to happen. I don't know, man. I have a feeling after this fight that people are going to approach DDP with a different strategy. I think anybody with a wrestling background like Fluffy Hernandez or these guys are going to call out DDP. And I think he's going to have some problems. I hope not, because I do like DDP. I want to say I'm not necessarily dying to see him fight Khamzat again, but I hope he has a successful career, like to some extent. But I wonder if that rematch, I don't know if it will ever go down, but I guess we shall see. Time will tell. Oh, real quick, Justin, what's your take on RDR versus Khamzat? How much of but before I left you hanging there, what would be the odds for DDP versus Khamzat if they did have a rematch?
Minus 550 in Khamzat. I think minus 550, maybe 750 even. And if it was an immediate rematch and if it came out with something astronomical, I mean, we're talking about 50 to 43. The odds makers saw what happened. They're going to assume the same thing's going to happen. I mean, he could be a minus 750 favorite even.
That's so wild. And basically means that betting on Khamzat, which I was supposed to do, I never did, was a steal for this last fight, right? It turns out that way because it was just so dominant and whatnot. Okay. Matthew is asking, how can we watch your fight, Justin?
I'll be UFC Fight Pass,
Okay.
October 26th.
So if you guys have UFC Fight Pass October 26th, right? A couple days before Halloween, you can check it out. That should be super fun.
It's a Sunday.
Or if you're in Vegas, okay, you can come down and watch it live. Dude, the Tough Enough shows are so dope. They do such a good job.
And it's at the Palms, too.
All right. Well, there you go. Bo Nickel would get beat down. I mean, look, I don't want to say 100%. I think people are judging him pretty harshly off that RDR loss, but like, I don't know. I just feel like Khamzat's, I don't know. Bo Nickel, I feel like Bo Nickel will probably lose, but hey, I guess we'll see what happens. I agree. No shot. He can't even stop a double leg, much less get up. Vlad the Kebabber, what a name. Well, at least we would get to watch a good wrestling match. Big Boar says, send DDP 2-3 year Dagestan and forget. If Fluffy fought DDP, he would maul DDP. Well, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you think Fluffy Hernandez would rock DDP?
I don't know, man. That's a bold statement. I mean, Fluffy Hernandez, he's on an incredible win streak right now. But man, like, just because DDP lost and he lost, astronomically, doesn't mean he's a bad fighter, guys. We're talking about a former UFC champ here. Just because he got mauled by Khamzat doesn't mean he's going to get mauled by the next contender as well. If you guys forget, before he fought Khamzat, I said this every fight. Oh, Robert Whittaker's going to kill him. Oh, Sean's going to kill him. Oh, Sanya's going to kill him. And we were all wrong. And finally, everyone's, oh, I was right. I told you Khamzat was going to win. It's like, well, we said that every single time DDP fought. So I don't think we need to count DDP out yet. He's always been, he's a lifelong underdog. And, I'd like to see him come back with vengeance.
If you're now Robert Whittaker and you did get that rematch, let's just say, would you totally change the way you'd fight him and just like keep shooting on him? Or do you think what do you think?
I don't think Robert Whittaker will do that. He's not that, it's not his style to do that. I think he would try to make it a striking fest. It was a close fight. It was a close fight when they fought, man. So, it is what it is. I wouldn't mind seeing the rematch. I think it'd be a good fight.
Oh, you mean versus Robert Whittaker? I'd love to see that too. Robert Whittaker has said he wants that fight back. So let's see what happens. We got a couple more comments. We're going to move on to the next topic. Big Boar's MMA. Dang, he knows all the Khamzat facts better than I do. He said Khamzat is already minus 500 over Kaio and a mop-off. That's nuts. But it makes sense. Like, this is kind of what I felt before, you know what I mean? Before the last fight. I thought the odds were a little bit off. I didn't want to, speak too boldly, speak too out of turn. Minus 2,000 against MVP. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Vlad the Kebabber says, I want to see Joe Pyfer versus Bo Nickel. Big Boar's MMA. Apparently, Joe Pyfer, I heard, doesn't wrap his hands when he fights. He just puts his gloves on. That's crazy, isn't it?
I've seen some people do it. I've seen some people just put one layer of tape under their gloves. Just preference, really.
Okay, fair enough. It just feels, I feel like my hands would explode. Matthew says he will beat strikers, but obviously get beat by wrestlers. Well, we shall see. I mean, Derek Brunson did give him a run for his money. All right, moving on. Justin made a video about this. If you guys didn't check it out, about the matchup RDR versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez announced. Very, very exciting. We all love RDR. Everybody's getting on the RDR train. He's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time. I think he's 35 already. So still, I mean, that's in the prime, right? But like, and especially for the higher weight classes, and I know it can vary based on damage and different things, like Justin has reminded me before. But he sure seems like he's in his prime. He's dominating. He's always got an upbeat attitude. He's fighting like, dude, how many times is this guy fighting in 20? Like, this guy's in his fighting is, the amount of fights he's taking is incredible. Before we get into the matchup, are you a fan of RDR? And if so, how big of a fan are you?
I'm a big fan, man, especially what he did to Bo Nickel. And I hate that everyone just, discredits Bo Nickel. Oh, look what RDR did to him. It's like, that's why MMA fans are the worst. You're the best fighter in the world, and then you have a bad showing, and you take a loss, and everyone wants to talk, just like they're doing with DDP right now with Khamzat. He just fought an undefeated fighter. Nobody's been able to stop. He gets stopped, loses his championship, and everyone's like, oh, he's terrible. And the same thing with, Bo Nickel. RDR is a great striker. He comes over from one kickboxing, had a couple losses in one, but coming to the UFC, he's on a 4-fight win streak in the UFC, 5-fight win streak over. Great test to see where Anthony Fluffy Hernandez really is, and to see where RDR is too.
Okay, I want to show you something, by the way. Look at this activity, because he mentioned this in the Kamaru Usman fight, that he's had 5 fights in the last year. And I thought he meant, I was like, 2025, 5 fights? No, but he means since July of 2024. Look at that. Wow. So UAE Warriors, like you said, and then 4 fights in the UFC within 1 year. What a legend. It's like Kevin Holland part 2. And then he's about to have another fight in, what is it, September? When did they make him versus Fluffy?
I think it's October, beginning of October.
All right, so there it is. Yeah, October 18th. So not the week before your fight, which is crazy.
Fight. Yep.
Dude, Reinier de Ridder, RDR. Kind of has the vibes of Michael Chandler when he first came in. He just wanted to fight everybody and be super active, until he got caught up with that whole Conor McGregor thing. Okay, now let's get into the breakdown, this matchup. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez on a crazy streak right now versus RDR. What do you see going down with this style matchup?
I don't know, man. This is going to be a great fight for the fans. I don't know how this one is going to play out. I mean, we got Hernandez. He's on like an 8-fight win streak in the UFC. We have RDR coming in 4-fight win streak in the UFC. Both these guys have so much on the line. Both these guys are going to improve in the next fight. It's still too early right now for me to make any predictions.
Okay, look at this win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the last fight was Roman Dolidze, which obviously we knew about. He also beat Michel Pereira, which is a crazy fight. Roman Kopylov, who had a good performance but lost to Paulo Costa, but a great performance. Dude, he's got some big names on here.
4 wins in like a year, man. That's insane, dude. And when you're fighting the best guys in the world, like I have fought 4 times in a year, there's no doubt, but not the best guys in the world.
Right. Dude, and he also lost to Kevin Holland. Yo, we got to put some respect on Kevin Holland. I think Kevin Holland, if he trained a different way, or you know what I mean? Like he always talks about how he doesn't want to be champ or things like that. I feel like he's got so much physical and athletic talent that if he trained the right way, because he has some crazy wins, like he's beaten some incredible people just out of nowhere. Yep. And then he has slumps of like multiple losses. I don't know. Kevin Holland is a very interesting fighter. Okay, we got a couple comments that we're going to go through, and it says RDR is double champion, no shame in losing to him. Yeah, you're right. I mean, look, what Justin said is absolutely right. People just totally ragged on on Bo Nickel after he lost to RDR, and it's like RDR is about to get a title shot.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Bo Nickel's kind of early on in his career. So yeah, it is pretty sad. It is pretty crazy how people just jump down the throats of fighters when they lose. I like RDR. He takes a lot of fights, have to respect him, but I think Fluffy will beat him. I'm feeling that too. Justin's going to do a breakdown video. Guys, let us know, put in the comments. Would you guys want to see, because I think Justin's going to do it anyways, but would you guys want to see Justin break down technique versus technique, really give an in-depth, detailed analysis of how that fight would go or how other matchups would go? Because again, Justin is a coach. He has a coach's eye. He's a fighter, and he can really break down the skill differentials and how he thinks the fight would play out based on what advice he would give if they were theoretically on his team and whatnot. So let us know. We said Big Boars, we got one. He said, yes, Justin should do it. Let us know, other people, if you want to hear from Justin in terms of, get that great MMA knowledge that just, you're not going to have unless you're a professional fighter and a professional coach. Matthew says also, let's do it. There you go. We got 2. Keep them coming if you guys want to see that. All right. Well, this is very interesting. And I think it's kind of up in the air who's going to fight Khamzat next. So that's that. Justin, before we move on to the next topic, this isn't the topic on the list, but since we're talking about contenders in the middleweight division, which it seems to be like the hottest division in the UFC right now, I made a whole video yesterday saying the ultimate beef fight that we could get, the ultimate super fight. Hear me out. Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. If things go right, if Sean can get another victory, they can set that up some point in 2026. What do you think of that? Forget about the matchup. What do you think about that as a blood fight, as basically 2 guys that really dislike, or at least Sean seems to hate Khamzat. I feel like Khamzat's more indifferent. But what do you think about that in terms of the buildup and the craziness that would surround that type of a fight?
I would love that. The pressure would be unreal. Sean, calling Khamzat a terrorist and this and that is just crazy. And Sean's my teammate, man. He's a loose cannon, but he makes for good TV, guys. He makes for good TV. He'd sell the fight. And here's another thing, and I mentioned this before about Sean, is he has good wrestling, guys. And I hate how everyone's like, oh, he doesn't wrestle. Oh, he's just a boring boxer. Like Sean can wrestle and he can grapple. He's hard to hold down. He's strong. He has good striking. I think it'd be a good fight. I'd like to see the fight, and he has an ego to where he wouldn't want to tap to, Chimaev. And I don't know, man, it's on paper, you think Chimaev dog walks him, but I don't know, man. I think it's a tough matchup. I think it's a really tough matchup. I think Sean Strickland would be harder to take down than DDP.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure that's the case. I think Weasel has broken that down, that he was a bit of not a sitting duck, but like he predicted accurately ahead of time that he was going to have a really hard time staying up, because he seems to kind of be moving around and switching stances a lot. His balance isn't always the greatest. He's fallen over himself before multiple times in fights. So for sure, I think Sean's going to be way harder to take down. Plus, Sean actually, I mean, you know better than me, but I've heard many times that Sean actually has good grappling skills and good wrestling skills. Now, Sean, he claims that he can actually out-grapple Khamzat. I don't know about that. I guess we'll see. But, man, when there's a little bit of feud involved that's real, that's sincere, and Sean seems to truly hate Khamzat, and he's not willing. He's happy to be vocal about it. And I just think it makes it that much better. And people were kind of lighting me up in the comments of my video, but Sean's still in the top, like 3 of the middleweight division. I don't know where he's ranked, but he's right up there. His last fight was for the belt. Like, he's not that far out of it.
That was for the belt.
Yeah. So, like, that was title defense. Then he came up and challenged for it. So let's just have him.
Oh, no. Maybe. He fought Acosta. He fought Paul Acosta before that. Sorry. So when title fight, defense, Paul Acosta, title fight. Right?
I don't think so. I thought it was DDP.
He won the title.
Oh,
then
you might be right.
Title, then
you might be right.
Paul Acosta, and then he lost.
You might be right. I might be mixing that up. Hold on, I'm going to double check that. Yeah, you might be totally right about that. Yeah, Paul Acosta in the middle. So yeah, his last fight was the title fight, and yeah, I mean, it maybe gets one more win. Or what about this? If the timing works out, if Khamzat wants to turn around on December 30th, right? Sean's suspension apparently ends on December 29th, and he wants somebody while those other guys have to wait. Let's get him in there. Yeah, go ahead. Justin,
Sean was proposed, and I don't know if this is 100% factual, but someone told me in the gym about an hour ago that if he takes anger management, they're going to lower
4.5
months. So
is he going to do it though?
I can't see Sean taking anger.
That's what I thought. I'm like, they may as well not even like propose this. I don't think he's going to do it. Yeah,
and I don't think he's not desperate for money. Sean's a millionaire. I think he's worth like $3 million or something.
Well, if he does do anger management, he can get out and be ready to fight mid-October. Holy smokes! Then we're working with something, right? And dude, Sean should do it. Sean should do it because he'll be like, who else could fight him? There's nobody else. They're all tied up. September, October fights. So, yeah. Oh my God, let's do it. Come on, UFC. Okay. So we got a couple other comments I want to highlight here. And by the way, Wade also wants you to do that as well, Justin, those breakdowns. Yep. So you guys can look forward to that. Matthew says, I think it would be a great build-up to a fight. He would have to do better than DDP, I'm sure. And Sean is patient too. He would be much harder to shoot on for sure. I think it'd be a fun striking match. I think that Khamzat probably hits harder than Sean, but Sean's got great defensive striking, a really good jab. I said that too in the video. So Barat said Sean responded to that. What? To the anger management? Tell us what he said in the chat when you get a second. All right, moving on. Something that Justin knows about. We got something going down in BKFC that is very, very exciting. We finally got a new opponent for Mike Perry in BKFC. Actually, it was announced a couple days ago. He's fighting Jeremy Stephens, who just had a crazy victory in BKFC not too long ago. I think this is so good. This is so legendary. I've been listening to them on Ariel's show, Talk Smack back and forth. But Justin has talked about you need like a genetically perfectly crafted fist in order to be successful in BKFC. It's a different strategy. You also have to be careful not to hit the top of the head because it's very easy to break your hand. So it's a unique skill set. But both of these guys seem to be just like supreme specimens that are perfectly set up for BKFC. Justin, let me turn it over to you. Justin's fought bare knuckle in Fusion Fight League. Yeah, one bare knuckle fight. He actually did break his hand. Let's turn it over. What do you think of this crazy matchup, Jeremy Stephens versus Mike Perry?
Man, both of these guys are built for bare knuckle. Both of these guys are built for excitement. Now, my hesitation here. I mean, Jeremy Stephens is such an incredible fighter. He's had so many incredible fights in the UFC. Out of the UFC, he has incredible fights in the PFL. If you guys saw him fight in featherweight, but Mike Perry is going to be so much bigger than Jeremy Stephens. Here's the thing. Jeremy Stephens isn't going to back down to Mike Perry. Jeremy Stephens is going to take the fight to Mike Perry, but can he overcome the size advantage that Mike Perry is going to have? And that's the question that's really going to be had to answer. And, Mike Perry is going to be a huge betting favorite in this fight. Jeremy Stephens live money though. He's live money, bare knuckle, one punch. but man, when you look at Mike Perry, beat guys like Luke Rockhold, MVP, bigger guys. Now you have Jeremy Stevenson, essentially a featherweight, coming up to fight Mike Perry. I just don't see it going well for him.
That's crazy. Jeremy Stevens has fought at featherweight. Mike Perry has fought, I think the lowest he's ever fought at is 170, but he's fought at 185, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, so MVP, I thought at 185. And Luke Rockhold. So
it's a pretty big size discrepancy. Yeah, like when you put it like that, imagine, dude, what if Jeremy Stevens wins? That would be insane.
I think he's a live dog. I think he's going to get in there and throw him. He's tough as nails, but Mike Perry keeps just destroying everybody, man. Look what he just puts guys away, breaking guys' teeth. Like, he is built for bare knuckle. I think Jeremy Stevens is too, but just the size advantage is going to be too much.
Who's the more technical of the strikers, would you say?
Well, bare knuckle, I don't feel that bare knuckle is very technical at all. I feel it's more of a street fight. And I think Mike Perry wears that hat. Mike Perry, to me, is the best, if not the best, bare knuckle fighter. He's number 2 for sure. And the only guy I could ever argue that's better than him is Lorenzo Hunt. But Mike Perry he's number 1 or 2 for sure.
All right. Well, I'm excited for this. I can't remember the date. I'm blanking on it. But anyways, I can't wait for this fight. And the smack talk between the two is very good. Mike Perry is awesome with the smack talk. And Jeremy Stevens just stands there, gives it right back to him. So it's been a really, really fun back and forth. I was listening today. They had a sit down, like a face-off, face-to-face, where they were talking smack back and forth to each other. I listened to like the first 10 minutes before the show, like a couple hours ago. And it was starting to heat up, but it's cool because they're also respectful. Like, they're respectful, but then they go at each other. I don't know. I just like the whole, I like the whole back and forth. It's pretty cool. Okay. Barat says anger management thing. Sean Strickland apparently is going to do it. We shall see. Dude, if he does it, who else? Who else did they can't? There's nobody else to fight Khamzat. He might be able to slip in there. Khamzat said he has no injuries coming out of that fight. What if they put something on for November?
That'd be awesome.
MSG? I know they're saying Islam versus JDM. I don't know. Maybe they make a new fight specifically for Khamzat versus Strickland. Come on, UFC, please, let's go. We need some like real dyed in the wool feuds here. Matthew says they've been talking a lot of smack to each other, but it seems a bit fake. Oh yeah, it's not like, I don't think there's true animosity between Perry and Steven. Isn't that crazy, Matthew? Right? When we want the real, and when we smell a rat, when we smell that it's a little fake, it's just so annoying. It sucks. I smell a rat with Ilya versus Patty. You know how pissed off I was when Patty went on stage and he put out a fist bump to Ilya and Ilya fist bumped him? It literally like ruined that entire fight for me. Not ruined it because like stylistically it's interesting, but I thought they hated each other. And then I'm like, I said that in the video. They go out and Patty said, "Oh, I was just trolling him. It doesn't mean we're cool. I still hate the guy." It's like, do you think if Conor walked by Khabib and he put his fist out to fist bump it, do you think Khabib in the moment be like, "Okay, fine, I'll just fist bump you"? No, like, because that's real. They hate each other. You'd be like, "Get the heck out of my face." Yep. So I like that really did ruin the feud for me. I now think it's kind of been resolved, and they're just putting on a show, and it's the worst. I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, this is no WWE. We want to see the real deal. Vlad the Kebabber said I would bet on Jeremy Stevens. By the way, we have Dr. Peener in the mix. He snuck in here with a quick comment, and it got past us. What's up, fellas? Let's go, Ortega, our chubby king of the scale. Oh yeah, what's up with that? We're gonna talk about that in a second. This miss. Wait. Oh my God. Okay. This is a crazy photo, and I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read. Yeah, but hello everybody. What's up? What's up? What the troll in the name and the photo legend. I wonder if that's what fight is this from? I don't even know.
I think that's one of my fights.
Yeah, right. Probably that was your secret move. And MGAL4 Production says Perry Stevens is pretty much a guaranteed. But I mean, dude, I will 100% be buying this pay-per-view. I wonder too what's going to happen with BKFC and their pay-per-view model, but that's going to be a banger. Now, speaking of Brian Ortega, Justin, we got Aljo versus Ortega. That's going down at 3 a.m. The main event or the main card starts at 3 a.m. tonight. California PST, which is crazy. So that's going down. We had some weight misses, but now it was off and now it's back on. Ortega seems to be having some trouble making weight, but they're fighting at 153. Let's talk about the weight stuff later. Let's just talk about the matchup. You trained with Aljo. You know how good he is. I feel like that poor guy, man, he just gets crapped on by the UFC and in general by fans, and he's so dang good. People were saying he was the best bantamweight of all time until Merab stepped up and did what he did. But what do you see with this matchup? What do you see going down?
Aljamain Sterling, easy money, man. Stack up. Brian Ortega doesn't look focused. When you miss weight like that and you have to change the weight class to 153, he didn't miss it by 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. He missed weight by 8 pounds. That tells me his camp didn't look good. He looked terrible on the scale. Aljamain Sterling has something to prove. He fights with the chip on his shoulder. Everyone gives him so much shit all the time. Dude, and Aljo is such a great guy, man. When I had neck surgery, he had the same neck surgery. I think we had the same surgeon. He walked me through the whole process, what to expect. But like, I just have so much respect for the guy, and I hate that everyone shits on him. I think Aljamain Sterling is an incredible. He's a class act in the cage. He's a class act out of the cage. He's a great teammate. He's a great fighter. Stack up on Aljamain Sterling in this fight.
So it seems like Brian Ortega has had some issues as of late. I think there was, not too long ago, he had a fight scheduled. He pulled out at the last minute because he got like super sick. I don't know if it was just sickness or maybe the camp didn't go properly and the weight cut was brutal. Then he had the fight. He finally got it made. It was, what's it called? I think against Diego Lopez, if I'm not mistaken. Diego Lopez like smashed him. Then he's been out for a while since that fight. That was UFC Noche. That was almost a year ago. Now he's coming in and then he has this massive weight miss. With Brian Ortega, all that he's done, he's been at the top of the sport for a while. I don't know, Justin. We can't like speculate too much, I guess, but being a fighter, what does this indicate to you? Do you feel like there might be some personal things going on? Do you feel like he's just lost his drive maybe to compete? What do you think's going on?
Yeah, man, when you're at that top level and you're missing weight by 8 pounds, they got to change the weight class for you. I mean, it just tells me you're not focused. You're not dialed in. Is he fighting to be a champion anymore? Is he fighting for a paycheck? I mean, I think the second answer is correct. I think he's fighting for a paycheck now. I mean, fighting at the top level, fighting these tough guys. I mean, he's been there. He's done that. He's fought all the best guys in the world. And for him to get back into challenger status, especially with what's going on in the division right now, and he missed weight, I just think he's just so far out of the realm of becoming a champion again. Unfortunately for Brian Ortega, I think that he's fighting for a paycheck.
So Aljo is probably going to get some, like 20 or 30% of Brian Ortega's first. Yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, usually with him 5 pounds is 20%. So it might even be 30%.
I mean, Aljo's, I imagine he's got to be happy about that. Like probably annoyed, but probably happy.
No.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, I don't like, it's so weird to me. Like when like as a man, when I fight somebody and they miss weight, I don't give a fuck. That's free money. What, like people like freak out about it. I've had guys like I've missed weight before. I'm not perfect. And they scream in my face. Like coaches scream in my face. It's like, bro, you just got another 20% for nothing. And I missed weight by like a half a pound. Like chill the fuck out. Like my favorite thing is when guys miss weight. I don't money. Yeah, I get extra money for fucking nothing. Like I want to fight. I don't care if you miss weight by 1 pound or 15 pounds. I don't care.
Right.
I just show up, step on the scale, whatever you weigh. Hey, break me off. Frank Camacho missed weight by 5 pounds in my UFC debut. I got extra 20%. I messaged Frank. Like after they said, hey, he's going to miss weight, I messaged him on Instagram. I'm like, hey, dude, stop cutting weight. I don't care. Just weigh in whatever you weigh in it. Cause I was worried about the fight getting called off because, you have too bad of a weight cut. I'm like, hey man, just be safe. Like, let's just do this. And I don't know why people get so upset. It's free money, man. Aljamain Sterling's getting an extra 5 figures because of this weight loss, weight miss.
That's that's true fighter's mentality right there. You just go for it no matter what. Who cares? Ilias talked about that before too. He's like, you think I care about weight? He's like, I'll fight any weight class. He's like, if somebody harasses my girl on the street, do you think I stop before I challenge them and say, hey, how much do you weigh? He's like, nah, you just go for it. It's just you get in there. Hey, that's the real deal right there. I actually can't wait for this fight. I'm not gonna be, you know what? I have to get up early Saturday. Actually, I might catch the main event. I'd love to see Aljo versus Ortega. I'll watch it on replay regardless, but I'm excited. I'm picking Aljo all day, and I'm stoked to see Aljo get in there, get a victory. Dude, it's like Aljo, a lot of people thought Aljo beat Evloev. He's on the cusp of getting a title shot in the featherweight division. I want to see him get that shot. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, not like he needs my sympathy. He's done amazing. He's killing it, but I just feel like he hasn't gotten the respect that's owed to him. Let's get him in there. Imagine, what are people going to say if he becomes double champ? They can't say jack. He becomes double champ. Then what? People can say all they want. He's going to be breathing rarefied air at that point. True fighter who cares about a few pounds True fighter who cares about a few pounds either way. Yeah, exactly. Right on. Aljo's a legend. All right. We got some other interesting fights. We got a little bit of a drought before we got a big UFC card, a number UFC card, but we got a lot of fun stuff in between. Rockhold versus Till, August 30th. I think it's August 30th. Yeah, 1 week from Saturday. Let's go. Also, I know you don't like Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis is finally having an MMA fight on this card, fighting some guy who I've never heard of, like Darren Spencer or some weird thing. The only thing I found of his opponent, he like boxed a bunch of people online, like boxed like 10 people in a row. So I don't think this guy has any grappling skills. I think that the promotion is trying to set Dylan Dennis up to win so that he can be their champion and like fight random people in MMA. I don't know what's going on. Dylan Dennis is wild. But anyways, let's talk about this fight. By the way, did I tell you guys I saw Luke Rockhold in LA like a week or two ago? He was at what's that restaurant? I don't know. I was walking in with my girlfriend. He was walking out. I was like, oh snap, there's Luke Rockhold. I just made a video about him a few weeks ago. But anyways, yeah, I saw Luke Rockhold. So we got Luke Rockhold versus Darren Till in a straight up boxing match. I got to go in this one with Darren Till. I think he's for sure going to have the advantage. He is the striker. Rockhold has striking, but I think in boxing, it's going to be Till all day. He's had more boxing matches. Justin, what do you foresee going down in this matchup, Darren Till versus Luke Rockhold?
Yeah, I see Darren Till taking it to Rockhold. I think Rockhold's at that point in his career where he's fighting for a paycheck. You saw what Mike Perry did to him. Darren Till, I think, is still a little hungry to compete. He's still hungry to get in there and win fights. I think Rockhold, I think he finishes Rockhold within the distance.
Darren Till, how old do you think he is? Because he's been around forever.
41?
What'd you say?
41?
Darren Till, you said is 41? He's 32.
Really? Oh my God. Well, I just because he's been around for so long.
That's why I asked it. That's why I asked it. But like, how crazy is that?
3 years younger than me. Wow. Or 4 years younger than me. That's insane.
He's had so many fights in the UFC and he's been out for multiple years and he's just been doing these things. He's still only 32. No, it's a big age gap between him and Rock. I think Luke Rockhold is like 40 or 41. Like Luke Rockhold, he's got the age advantage too. I don't know, man. If you saw Darren Till too, when he had that boxing match not too long ago, like he looked good. He knows what he's doing. He's been training. I think it's Darren Till all day. I like Luke Rockhold, but the build-up's going to be fun. We need Darren Till. We need more of like guys like Darren Till who can smack talk during a presser. Yeah. Like their press conference was more exciting than most of the UFC press conferences, with the exception of like the last one. Sure. But it was so good. We need people like Darren Till back in the UFC. But either way, I'll be tuning into this one. I'll be watching the build-up. It's going to be exciting. Wade G says, that's nuts, right? Yeah. Wait. Till is 33. Oh, yeah, you were going to guess he's 33. Yeah, he's only 32. He turns 33 in December, which is amazing. Huzaifa can smell. Yeah, that's right. I can smell a rat. You guys are faking these beefs. I don't want no fake beefs. I'm not like Ariel Helwani who watches this WWE stuff. Justin, you like WWE, right?
That's what got me into the sport, man. I love the drama. I love the shit talk. I love the banter. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rocky Maivia, fucking Cactus Jack, Dude Love, like whatever you guys want to call him. Like, oh man, I love that. That's what got me into the sport.
Look, I love the smack talk and the back and forth. I just want it to be real. I don't like the fact when I know or I think or I suspect that it's staged and I smell a rat. Like that's not what I don't like that. I love the good UFC. That's why I want Khamzat versus Strickland. It's real. It's real because Strickland truly seems to hate Khamzat. It's too good. They got to do it. Anyways, all right. Oh, dream fight. James versus Aaron Pico at 155. Yo, that would actually be a banger.
I'd slang him and bang him. I'd probably get knocked out, but I'd still try.
Or he would get knocked out. Either way,
he'd get knocked out. One of us would get knocked out. Probably me, but I'd sling him at him for sure.
MGal4 Production says Kevin Holland is active as hell. Dude, Kevin Holland has got another fight scheduled. Wait, let me show you this. Speaking of which, I mean, I'm sure that's why you're saying it, MGal4 Productions. But hold on. Let me look. You know what's better about Tapology, which I've realized, is that they for some reason, Wikipedia doesn't post the upcoming fights. I don't know why.
Yeah, Tapologies. I love Tapology. As you guys know in my videos, I always use Tapology.
So we're going to go right here. Here, let me just I'll share the screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. 1 second. But yeah, Kevin Holland is fighting again. What a lunatic. But what a legend. Not just like maybe both. A little of both. But his activity is so high. But here, check this out. Okay. So, yeah, dude, he's fighting the Canadian dude, Mike Malott. October 18th also on the RDR card.
Nice. That'd be good.
Wait, look at this activity. Hold on a second. Look at this, Justin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights in 2025.
I think it's awesome, man. I love it. I love it.
Amazing.
I fucking love it.
He's probably making so much money. What a madman. Anyways, I'm looking forward to this. I've heard other people being like not so excited about it. When is the Kevin Holland fight not exciting? So yeah, I'm all for it. Crazy. Yeah. And again, dude, like how weird would it be if Fluffy Hernandez is getting a title shot and we look at his record? It's like Kevin Holland always there. Kevin Holland beat him.
Yeah, that was his last loss.
That's wild. All right. Moving on to the final topic. This is not MMA. This is boxing, but we got to talk about this because this is big, big news. Hold on one second. We're just going to fix the spelling. Boop. Okay. Check this out. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis is going down. Now, let me set the stage here. Okay. Obviously, Jake Paul, I know what everybody's saying. People are pissed off. Jake Paul is way bigger than Tank Davis. Though, for some reason, I don't know if I've been put under a spell by Jake Paul or what. I want to see this. Tank Davis at one point has been ranked number 1 pound for pound boxer in the world. Granted, he's way lighter than Jake, but I want to see this. And I'll get into that in a second as to why. But before you hear from me, let's turn over to Justin, to the real fighter. What do you think about this announcement? I know you're not a boxing fan, but do you find it interesting?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean, we're talking about one of the best pound for pound boxers in the world going up against Jake Paul, who has a ton of momentum behind him, has a ton of hype behind him. He's just, man, I just hate that he's fighting somebody so small, and even if Tank Davis is walking around at 170 pounds, like Jake Paul, you guys, I mean, he fought Mike Tyson at heavyweight. I mean, we're talking about a 50-pound weight disadvantage here. And I'm curious what weight they're going to do it at, if Jake Paul is going to have to cut weight or not for this fight. I'm sure he'll have to. But, I don't know, man. I hate these gimmicky fights. I mean, they're both probably just fighting for a paycheck here. It's an exhibition fight. It's not going to go towards Davis's record. So there's that involved too. And anytime I see exhibition matchup, I'm worried about storyline. I'm worried about a plot. I'm worried about fight being set up. So that's, I mean,
I don't think so. Wait, keep going.
No, I mean, that's kind of what at the end I have to say about it, just because Tank Davis, if he loses to Jake Paul, like what a slap why would he give up that much size and mass? I don't know, man. It's just, these Jake Paul fights are just weird, man. They're just really weird. And, I don't know. I just feel, I don't think I know everyone thought the Mike Tyson fight was staged. I don't think so. I thought it played out exactly how it was supposed to. Mike Tyson's in his 60s, guys. Like, what do you expect? Like if I fought Mike Tyson, I'd probably beat him because, again, just I'd be younger. I'd be able to put a pace on him. I'd be able to, as long as I could withstand the storm. And Jake Paul, 50 pounds bigger than me. Now you have Tank Davis over here who's not going to gas out. But I don't know, man. I expect Tank to win. But you never know, man. I'm done betting on Jake Paul fights. I've lost too much money.
I don't think it's staged whatsoever. I don't think any of the fights are staged. He talked about it. His manager talked about it multiple times on air. Like, I think the liability of trying to pull anything off like that, it's way too great. I think that, again, it would be a federal offense to try and stage something like that, especially an event where your people are betting and there's live betting odds. Like, so I think the notion that these fights, there's any fixing going on, no, we throw it out the window. Also, Jake Paul is now actively suing people that allege such a thing. So I think we can feel fair enough, but I think we can feel pretty safe that that's not part of the equation. Now, I go back to this. I'm going to tell you guys why I am intrigued. Yes, you say, oh my God, he's so much bigger. Like, this is stupid. He's just setting himself up to win, getting easy matchups. Again, I look at this. I look at Jake Paul's quest to doing all these crazy things as if he were one of my friends, just a random person. Okay. So let's say I had a buddy. He was like 25. He never fought, didn't grow up doing much, maybe wrestled a little bit. And all of a sudden he decides, I want to start training and I want to beat Tyron Woodley in a boxing match. I'd be like, you're crazy, dog. You're crazy. You think just because he trains MMA, he can't box? He will mess you up. And you know why I know that? Because I've done straight boxing rounds with my coach. I've done straight boxing rounds, when I'm training MMA and Muay Thai. Sometimes we take away the kicks. I get schooled. Dude, MMA guys can box. Maybe they just can't box against like hardcore professional boxers, but they can box. So a regular guy saying, hey, I want to train boxing for a year and fight an MMA champion, it's insane. But he did it and he won. People want to keep discrediting him. But if you look at it through that lens, it's truly remarkable what this guy has done in a very short period of time. And then now, Everybody was crying. You're beating up MMA fighters, doing all this stuff. Now he's actually transitioning over and he's fighting boxers. You say what you want about Mike Tyson, who's over the hill. You think I'm going to go in there or like Justin or something, like go in there and challenge Mike Tyson? That's scary. That's terrifying. Even at 60, Mike Tyson would mess most people up. But Jake Paul's put in the time and the training and has gone from just a regular guy to an actual fighter in a very short period of time. So to me, that's impressive. Now, with this fight, yes, say what you will about the size difference. But think about what happened when we had Logan Paul fight Floyd Mayweather, right? Floyd Mayweather was over the hill, but still considered one of the best boxers on the planet. Logan was way bigger than him. They had an exhibition, and Logan couldn't. I mean, Floyd won. Logan couldn't finish him. Logan basically did terrible, but he was like hugging him and holding him and whatever. But Floyd still won. So if you compare it to that, right, even though there's a size difference, the skill differential was so great, it didn't matter. Floyd still pieced them up. Comparatively, if now Jake Paul goes in there and actually knocks out Tank Davis, you see the difference? It's you can't just say he's going to go in and win because of the size difference. We already saw that with Logan versus Floyd, who's over the hill. Now we're taking Tank Davis that around that same size, who's in his prime, fighting Jake Paul. Like, this is going to mean something if you don't just discredit Jake Paul because people don't like him or want to write him off or whatever. That's how I feel about it. So me putting it through, like, looking at it through that vantage point, what do you think? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you, like, when you look at it that way, do you also find this kind of pretty intriguing?
Oh yeah, I'll watch this fight for sure, because again, you look at Logan Paul, much bigger than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, arguably the best defensive boxer. It's not arguably, he is the best defensive boxer of all time. Tank Davis right now ranked pound for pound in his prime. I'm excited to see, man, if Jake Paul can not get knocked out. I mean, that'd be pretty impressive in itself.
100%. I think it's going to be a worthwhile watch. Again, think about it. We had Logan versus Floyd. People were interested in that. The only reason why people might be less interested in this is because they actually think Jake Paul's progressed way farther than Logan, which is probably true. In boxing, he's taking it way more seriously. All right, we got a few more comments, and then we're going to close out the show. MGL4 Production says, Detroit Lions winning this year. Let's go. Huzaifa, what do you think about Chimaev versus Imavov? I mean, look, I want to see Chimaev fight anybody. I hate to say it, but is it as exciting to me as Khamzat versus Strickland? It's not. I don't really know that much about Imavov. I'm sorry. Like, yes, is Imavov maybe a superior fighter to Strickland? Maybe marginally. I don't even know. Maybe not. But, like, to me, the entire formula of the fight of Strickland versus Khamzat, with all the bad blood and everything that's going on, they used to train together. Now they hate each other. Like, dude, that's way more interesting to me. That being said, yeah, of course, I want to see Chimaev fight Imavov. I think Chimaev will win, but I'll watch him fight anybody. I can't wait to see Chimaev have his first title defense. I cannot wait. If it's in the U.S. again, who knows, man? I might go again. It was incredible.
I just really hope, and again, as a Chimaev fan, and everyone thinks I hate on him because I picked DDP in his fight. I'm not a hater. But as a Chimaev fan, I don't want to see him fight once a year. He has to be more active. He has to keep us entertained. He can't just sit around for a year off. Oh, I'll fight once. Oh, then we get that. It's out of sight, out of mind to me. Chimaev, create your legacy. Please fight at least twice a year.
And I think he will, because I think there were multiple factors that were preventing him. I don't think it was him. I think it was the visa issues. I think it was tough to find him a matchup because he's so popular. The same thing happened to Conor. I don't think it's all on Chimaev, and the health issues as well, which have been resolved since the thyroid surgery. He said he wanted to fight again in October. I don't think the UFC has an opponent for him. I bet you he's going to be fighting minimum twice a year. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a return to the old Chimaev. I really wouldn't. Dude, if he's going to come out, like, think about after the Robert Whittaker fight. Why didn't he fight for so long after Whittaker? It's only one reason. It's not because of injuries. He smoked him. It's because he had to wait for his title shot. Is he going to fight somebody when he's guaranteed a title shot? No. So I think the activity stuff is in the past. It's in the rearview mirror. I think we got to buckle up. I think we're going to have a fantastic champion on our hands. It's going to be incredible. The size difference kind of makes me want to watch it even more. The fight. Yeah, actually kind of true. Absolutely. That's kind of true. Actually, I agree with you. Actually, I wonder if that's some sick formula that they actually did that on purpose. The other thing is, dude, they're probably getting paid so much. They're doing it on Netflix again.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Geez, that's huge. Dude,
it's going to be huge. Borralho, Chimaev is good. Yeah, I mean, it's good.
No, I don't think so.
Is it as good as Strickland versus Chimaev? Dog, I think I'm onto something. By the way, guys, like the stream if you can. We really appreciate everybody's engagement coming on. It's so awesome. And if you do want to check out the membership, we're uploading tons more videos all the time. Justin's got training videos. So if you want to learn how to fight, you want to learn how to defend yourself, get in shape, the membership is the place for you. And we got a very good deal on that as well. I agree with Justin that, yeah, his fights are weird. I mean, yeah, they are. They're different, dude. He's doing his own thing. Mike Tyson in his prime would be a death sentence. Yes, I agree. Jake Paul will get smashed. That's a bold statement. I don't know, but I can't wait to see. That's why I want to see it. Huzaifa can smell a rat in Miami all the way from LA. That's right. Dr. Peener is back. The man, the myth, the legend. How is it that there's 1 inch height difference between Aljo and Ortega? Ortega missed weight and is skinny, fat, but Aljo is shredded like a new car engine. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Aljo's a madman. He's so jacked. All right. Oh, last thing from M. Balfour Productions. Hey, James, can Strickland stuff Chimaev's takedowns? Last question for the stream.
Tough to say, man. Honestly, that's the one thing that guys don't understand. Sean Strickland is constantly training with collegiate wrestlers. One of the wrestlers he works with this weekend, or that fights this weekend, is Alex. He's fighting for Tough Enough. He fought in Bellator. He's an incredible wrestler. He's big. He's strong. Division I wrestler, and I see Sean competing with him. Do I think that his wrestling can compete with Chimaev? Chimaev will probably get him down, but I don't think he'll have 100% takedown accuracy against him. Sean's wrestling here's the thing. Sean doesn't, he inches forward while he's fighting, but he's not blitzing forward. Like DDP, he blitzes. Like he'll be stagnant, then he goes. Sean isn't like that. He's jab, teep kick, jab, teep kick, inching forward. That makes it a lot harder for Chimaev to take him down because he's not getting he's not getting overzealous with coming forward. So I think it'll be a tougher task for sure. But that's a question I'd want to see answered in the cage.
Justin, what's easier to grab for a takedown, the teep or a roundhouse?
Roundhouse.
Okay, fair enough.
Sure.
So yeah, Sean doesn't really throw many roundhouses, so that could be trickier. I said one last question. I lied. Justin, who wins, MMA Joey versus MMA Guru? Let me answer that because I'm the one that watches both of these guys all the time. Even though I like both guys, I would say MMA Guru. I don't think MMA Joey actually trains. I could be wrong about that, but MMA Guru grew up training martial arts to some extent. I've seen him hit pads. He looks all right. So I would assume MMA Guru would have the advantage, the skill advantage there. But, we shall see. Cyber the Pool Boy makes a quick appearance at the end of the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. That's it. We are out. Come back on Monday. We got a show every Monday, Friday, 1:30 p.m. PST, and we got videos on the regular. We had tons of videos this week, and we will be doing the same this weekend and next week as well. And again, Justin is going to make those breakdown videos, these matchups. If you have matchups that you want broken down in particular, let us know, comment. I'll pass it along to Justin and we'll get those done for you. Once again, like the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take it easy.